we are here at KubeCon, and I'm here with Roi. Roi, how was your experience?
How are you? It's amazing experience, right? So getting everyone here in one space, an entire vendor from Kubernetes ecosystem, seeing all the innovation and things that changed the past year. Great experience.
Amazing. So we're in this interview session. I want to talk to you more about your experiences with costs around Kubernetes and in the cloud native ecosystem, because this is a very important topic. And speaking from your experience, you have a booth, so you got definitely a lot of traffic and a lot of engaging discussions happening. Can you tell us a little bit more about where are we from the cost standpoint, and what are some of the discussions you had with people? What are the challenges that they are facing, and what's going on basically with cost monitoring in cloud native?
So I think cost is a lot bigger topic now than what it used to be, right? So last KubeCon in Valencia, we were like 3 vendors talking about cost management, and now here there are at least 10, right? So more companies sees that Kubernetes cost is an issue. So both, on optimization standpoint, but also on visibility, on allocation, lots of people are tackling the cost in the cloud, and it's starting to become bigger and bigger issue. And even companies that that didn't have any cost element in their product, now cost is the major part, at least of the messaging, right? So the entire industry is changing. The market downturn is impacting everyone, right? And everyone needs to be more efficient. And Kubernetes is something that cannot be ignored.
Amazing. And can you share a little bit more about the challenges that people face?
Yeah, so essentially when you pay for the cloud provider, you pay by the instance and by storage and by network, right? But it does not translate into the actual working unit that you have, which are pods and labels and namespaces and deployments, stateful sets, whatever. And in order to make that translation, we need to understand what the proportional use of each pod on the instance that it ran on, and then allocate, just the subset of the cost from the actual instance back to the pod. And this is... it's a big technological problem because that's constantly changing, and pods are constantly moving and shifting around, and you can request too many resources and not use all of them, but you can overuse the resources that you did not request, and things starting to get a lot complicated very fast. There's a need to translate between what the cloud vendor wants you to see and what you actually care about.
And apart from that, there's also this, when we talk about cost, so the bridge between communication between teams. So you have your CFOs, they're having a meeting, and you're like, okay, why is our bill rising? Is it a good thing because we are scaling, or is it what's the reason behind it? So is that also one of the challenges that you see people shared at the booth?
Absolutely. I mean, you see that adapting FinOps is an issue, right? It's an issue across all of the organization. The FinOps Foundation themselves has a booth right here, to start and spread the word on how that organizational conversation should happen within the organization. And you see lots of folks talking here about collaboration, about informing engineers to take actions, about taking the actual cost, from the services that you're running and putting it in the right place in the organization. So, the leadership can actually get answers to what they're looking for.
Cool. Thanks a lot for sharing, and let's talk a little bit more about the solutions and some of the best practices. So you mentioned all these challenges. You mentioned all the feedback that the community has given. Can you tell us a little bit more about how they are tackling these challenges?
So first and foremost, it's about visibility, right? So engineers can take actions if they're unaware of what they're doing. So the first thing you need to do is to put the money in front of their eyes. You need to get them, really informed of what they're doing and how they can actually take those decisions and running forward. So this, I think, the first thing that you need to do when implementing FinOps is first measure, right? After that, you need to work on organizational workflows. So do I need to get approval? Do I not need to get approval? What can I do? What can I not do? When do I need to alert something? And how do I actually measure, the business impact of what I'm doing? So that's the change that's happening throughout the organization that's implementing FinOps.
Amazing. And so if we talk about the future, you have had all these discussions. KubeCon is a huge platform. Everyone is here, and we're having all these discussions. We're doing the research and everything. If we talk about 2-3 years down the line, what are some of the trends we are likely to see in the cost monitoring marketplace?
So cost is just getting more complex.
Yeah.
We're using more technologies. The technologies get more complicated, and we're using more, right? So with each usage-based price software that we're bringing into the organization, the cost management solution is going to become tougher and tougher. And the vendors themselves, let's look at AWS, the amount of services that they have alone, right? So it's over 200 now, I think, and it's counting. And each service, is priced by 5 different pages of complicated pricing that no one understands, and that's price of the paradigm, right? Cost management is getting inherently more complicated.
Yeah.
So I think in the next few years, we're going to see more advanced tools with more advanced capabilities, more automation around everything that they're doing, tools that are a lot more broad. So point solutions are great, but because of that fragmentation in the market, like things are going to get bigger and bigger, and you see it across all the vendors here, right? Everyone are looking at the bigger picture. They want to get cost from more sources. They want to give you better, tools to analyze and resource and essentially optimize and reduce your costs.
But it was great talking to you. Thanks a lot, Roy, for sharing. And if you want to learn more about what they do at Finout, you can check out the links in the description below. For more information around KubeCon, check out Civo TV on YouTube.